the coupe Honda fans thought was gone forever. The first 2026 Preludes arrived at US dealers on November 18th of 2025, and for a nameplate that vanished from American showrooms decades ago, that return alone would be enough to generate genuine excitement. But the story here is not simply that the Prelude is back, it's that Honda brought it back completely reimagined, and that reinvention is exactly why this car is dominating search interest right now. The 2026 Honda Prelude is an all-new coupe that features Civic Type R chassis components and the Civic Hybrid's two-motor hybrid system. This is not a nostalgia exercise wearing a familiar badge. Honda has taken genuine performance hardware from its most celebrated hot hatch and combined it with hybrid efficiency technology to create something that does not fit neatly into any existing category. Prelude is an iconic model name from Honda's past, and it's back for 2026 on a new car that incorporates different components from the Civic lineup, like suspension and brake hardware from the Civic Type R, and the gas-electric hybrid system from the Civic Hybrid. This is the complete breakdown of why America can't stop talking about it. Powertrain. Type R hardware meets Civic Hybrid efficiency. The 2026 Honda Prelude shares the same powertrain with the Civic Hybrid. It combines two large electric motors with a 2.0-liter Atkinson cycle direct injection engine. Combined output comes in at approximately 200 horsepower and 232 lb-ft of torque. Figures that won't win any drag races against the Civic Type R itself, but which deliver genuinely strong real-world torque thanks to the electric motor's instant response. The Prelude borrows its suspension and brake hardware directly from the Civic Type R, meaning the chassis underneath this hybrid coupe has genuine hot hatch DNA rather than a softened, comfort-oriented setup. This is the single most interesting engineering decision in the entire car. Honda deliberately chose efficiency-focused hybrid power over a traditional turbocharged performance engine, betting that chassis dynamics and driving feel matter more to the Prelude faithful than a bigger horsepower number. Exterior design, a fastback that turns heads. The exterior design of the 2026 Honda Prelude hasn't changed significantly from its concept days. It has a wide stance, flush door handles, and a fastback profile that reminds us of the Nissan Z. It also features a large front underspoiler, a double bubble roof, and flared fenders. It comes standard with 19-inch machine-finished Berlina black wheels and Brembo 4-piston aluminum front calipers, finished in Prelude blue. Prelude can be customized with a new line of Honda genuine accessories, including a black decklid spoiler, front underbody spoilers, black emblems, and black mirror caps, giving owners meaningful personalization options right from the factory accessory catalog rather than relying entirely on the aftermarket. Interior and technology. Simple, focused, well-equipped. The Prelude comes in one well-equipped trim level that includes a Bose stereo and a 9-inch infotainment touchscreen with Google built-in, wireless Apple CarPlay, and Android Auto. Honda's decision to offer a single, fully loaded trim rather than a sprawling options list keeps the buying decision refreshingly simple. You're not choosing between a dozen packages, you're simply choosing your exterior color and interior scheme. The Prelude offers a reasonably sporty driving experience, but visibility and backseat space are seriously compromised by the coupe body style, an honest trade-off that any two-door sport coupe buyer should walk in expecting. Cargo capacity comes in at 15.1 cubic feet of trunk space, which is respectable for the segment despite the sloping fastback roofline. Safety and driver assistance. Comprehensive standard equipment. Honda sensing is standard on every 2026 Prelude, including automatic emergency braking with pedestrian detection, road departure mitigation, blind spot monitoring, rear cross-traffic alert, automatic high beams, adaptive cruise control, and lane keep assist. The Prelude also benefits from the latest version of Honda's advanced compatibility engineering front body structure, as well as next-generation airbag technology, which includes front knee airbags. This is a genuinely comprehensive standard safety package for a sport coupe. Honda has not treated the Prelude's performance positioning as an excuse to skimp on active safety technology, and that full Honda sensing suite arriving standard rather than optional is a meaningful value point against rival sport coupes that often gate similar features behind higher trims. Trim simplicity and color options. A refreshingly honest buying experience. Prelude variants currently include the Hybrid Tudor Coupe and the Hybrid Two-Tone Tudor Coupe, meaning the entire buying decision essentially comes down to choosing a standard single-tone exterior or the eye-catching two-tone treatment with the contrasting black roof option. Dealer inventory currently shows striking color choices including Winter Frost Pearl with white leather seats, Rally Red with black leather, and White Frost with blue leather interior accents. giving the Prelude a genuinely distinctive personalization palette despite the deliberately simple trim structure. This is a car that avoids the increasingly common industry trend of confusing buyers with a dozen overlapping trim levels and option packages. Instead, Honda has made nearly every meaningful feature: Bose audio, leather seating, adaptive cruise, heated seats, standard equipment on every single Prelude sold, meaning the only real decision left for buyers is which color combination speaks to them most. ESP's Shift Mode, the feature that actually sells, the driving experience. One of the Prelude's most talked about technology inclusions is its S Plus Shift Mode, a driving feature borrowed from Honda's EV lineup that simulates the sensation of shifting through gears in a traditional automatic transmission, even though the Prelude's hybrid system technically runs through a continuously variable setup. Rather than delivering the flat, disconnected feel that CVTs are often criticized for, S Plus Shift creates distinct, steppable gear changes complete with simulated engine note and rev-matching behavior when the driver pulls the steering wheel-mounted paddle shifters. This is the single feature that most directly addresses the biggest fear enthusiasts had walking into this launch: that a hybrid Prelude would feel numb and appliance-like compared to the manual, gas-powered Preludes of Honda's past. Early reviewers have specifically called out S Plus Shift as the detail that makes the hybrid powertrain feel genuinely engaging rather than simply efficient, and it's quickly becoming the Prelude's signature talking point in owner reviews. Pricing and verdict: where the Prelude actually lands. Honda has announced pricing starting at $42,000 or $43,195 after destination. Edmunds experts tested the 2026 Prelude both on the road and at the track, giving it a 7.9 out of 10, a genuinely strong score that reflects a car succeeding at what it actually set out to do, rather than falling short of unrealistic expectations. At roughly $43,000, the Prelude sits in a genuinely interesting spot, more expensive than a well-optioned Civic Type R, but offering a completely different driving character built around hybrid efficiency and grand touring comfort rather than outright track lap times. For Honda enthusiasts who have waited years to see this nameplate return, the 2026 Prelude is not a disappointment dressed up in a familiar badge. It is a genuinely thoughtful, well-engineered reinterpretation of what a modern Honda Coupe can be. If this review helped you, hit subscribe and drop a comment below. Does the hybrid powertrain excite you, or were you hoping for a Type R engine under this hood?